on to our top focus story now. Well, the Supreme Court has cracked down on the Dharma Sansad and similar hate speeches, and rightly so. But now a plea has been filed to ensure that action is taken against Sar Tan and other speeches against Hindus as well. Now, Hindu lawyer Vishnu Jain has filed a plea claiming that action must be taken against Sar Tan Se Juda as well as other hate speeches as well. In fact, in his plea, he had said that on multiple occasions, Muslim mobs had brought out processions in which they can be heard calling for the beheading or Sar Tan Se Juda, leading to actual murders as well. And let's not forget, several of them had turned into death threats which were received by many who were seen to be ideologically divergent to them. Well, with that, there is some big breaking news which is coming in. Times Now accesses the plea which has been filed by Vishnu Jain, and let's listen in to what his plea really contains.
गुस्ताके रसूल की एक ही सजा, सर तन से जुदा, सर तन से जुदा. Whether this slogan is a hate speech or not, I want to ask through your medium, whether this slogan is a hate speech or not, and whether this slogan has resulted into actual crime or not. What happened in Rajasthan? We have seen Kanhaiya, who has been brutally butchered and murdered in Rajasthan and many other parts of the country where such incidents are happening. So point number one is that there are many incidents in the country where hate speeches have resulted in actual crimes against Hindus. In Karauli also of Rajasthan, there is ample evidence of hate speeches and hate crimes. Apart from that, there are Christian missionaries and pastors in the country who are spreading hatred towards the members of the Hindu community.
Well, let me go across to Madhav, who's joining us with more details on this. Madhav, it's interesting that a plea now has been given in the courts as well, because Vishnu Jain is right that yes, all kind of provocations must be stopped. Was there selectivity when it came to crackdown? We've seen how Umesh Kole, how you had Kanhaiya Lal, how even Nupur Sharma face the brunt of these threats which were coming in of Sar Tan Se Juda, but no crackdown or very little crackdown was seen on them.
Well, it's a very interesting plea because it's added another dimension to the ongoing hearing that's taking place as far as the Supreme Court is concerned, where the court has come down heavily on hate speech. Now Vishnu Jain, through this petition, has questioned whether those chanting Sar Tan Se Juda had threatened or demanded the hanging of an individual who had made controversial comments. So the point that is being made over here is that there is an even-handed approach has to be taken. Very often due to politics, one set of people do not get acted upon is what this plea claims, and certainly at some level or the other, one will have to see what the response coming in really from the apex court is. This particular plea, of course, has detailed all of the incidents and has spoken about how, in fact, the law and this particular case should also take into consider what has happened from the other side in terms of these controversial slogans that have been chanted and have resulted in actual deaths.
In fact, let me go across to our legal editor, Harish Nair is also joining us. We'll just go across to Harish in just a bit. But Madhav, it's important for us to point out those other victims as well, those who were victimized, either some of them lost their lives, as we have seen in some of them, but also the threats which were given to many, because this is actually a real threat. It wasn't Sar Tan Se Juda chants, because unfortunately there was a time in India where there were even children who were taken to such rallies raising ominous chants such as this, the deadly ones at that. I believe Harish is joining us. Harish, can you tell us about some of the instances which have been cited in the petition by Vishnu Jain?
In fact, Vishnu Jain and his father Harishankar Jain, in fact, they have for the first time raised before the Supreme Court the killings and beheadings following calls for Sar Tan Se Juda. This is the significance of this petition, and they have brought to fore alleged hate speeches by Asaduddin Owaisi, Akbaruddin Owaisi, Zafarul Islam, Waris Pathan, Sharjil Islam, and Munawar Farooqi, and in Maharashtra. Then Vishnu Jain had drawn attention of the court to half a dozen of communal and hate speeches by Zakir Naik, Akbaruddin Owaisi, Waris Pathan, Amanutallah Khan, etc. But they were a bit old. So the bench had asked him to bring to fore latest instances. So he filed a plea referring to the Sar Tan Se Juda calls, after which, according to him, several beheadings and killings have taken place in various parts of the country. On multiple occasions, Muslim mobs brought out processions in which they can be heard calling for beheading, that is Sar Tan Se Juda, and therefore thereafter many incidents of beheading have taken place in various parts of the country. This is what Vishnu Jain and his father Harishankar Jain have said in their intervention application. And what is significant is that this intervention has been filed in a batch of petitions before Justice K. M. Joseph, who has been periodically issuing orders against and examining various states of various Dharam Sansads which have taken place in Delhi, Uttarakhand, Maharashtra and Uttar Pradesh, and issuing periodic orders against various Hindu organizations. Back to you.
Very interesting details you are getting for us. In fact, let me go across to our panelists joining us today on the show. Shri Raj Nair, the national spokesperson of the VHP. Majid Haidari is also joining us, a political analyst. Mr. Nair, I'm going to come to you first. Do you think so far the crackdown which has happened, even the raps which are coming in from the Supreme Court, welcome of course, any kind of hate speech is unacceptable in a democracy, a pluralistic democracy such as that of India. But has this been selective, you think? And is it a welcome step that there are those who are now raising this issue in the highest courts of our land, that even Sar Tan Se Juda is hate speech? It's bigotry and unacceptable.
Well, all these things, I would like to remind you that this all started from Hyderabad. When some years back, Akbaruddin University started howling from top of his voice, demeaning and mocking and ridiculing the gods. And this was repeated by many Muslim leaders, including Zakir Naik in his sabhas. He used to always ridicule, mock and Hindu Dharma, and then some retaliation is bound to happen. Hindus have never gone into this kind of hate speech ever, but this is whenever it has happened, it has always happened retaliation. We have always been historically, you see, Islam has a history of blood and killing and hatred.
Well, let's not generalize the history of a religion. However, saying specifically, Majid Haidari, would you at least come out today and say hate speech from either side of the ideological and religious divide should be condemned and must be in the strongest of words, stopped, banned and condemned? Will you back that? Even words which are coming in from the likes which have come in, examples in the plea, that of Akbaruddin Owaisi, Asaduddin Owaisi, and of course several others like Zakir Nair.
Meghna Sahiba, firstly I am thankful to Honorable Supreme Court for coming to the rescue of the secular ethos of our country, and especially the marginalized minorities, including the people. So what happened in Maharashtra was much needed. It should be continued in future as well. See, Vishnu Jain's petition, I don't think it holds the border of legality and logic. Because there cannot be a retrospective effect of something what has happened. He has made a petition where he wants a retrospective effect, which is legally and logically not possible unless you get a time machine. So Vishnu Jain will have to
Sar Tan Se Juda chants, which he has put in his intervention application, are very relevant and very current, Majid Haidari.
See, it is about caste. It is about caste. It was somewhere some accidental, incidental, emotional outburst which needs to be forgotten now. It's the issue of forgetting the past.
Sar Tan Se Juda is an emotional outburst, Majid Haidari.
See, we have discussed it for many months now. And everybody has agreed it was an emotional outburst which should not have taken place. But unfortunately, it took place. But
I don't think anyone's agreed on it.
We have to secure.
Mr. Nair, would you like to come out? Now, Majid Haidari says, Sar Tan Se Juda, oh, it's just an emotional outburst. Really nothing much to it. It's not bigotry.
Sar Tan Se Juda has been a regular practice. For instance, it has been happening in Iran, Syria, it has come to India. It's nothing new. And now it is not a coincidence. Even today in Hyderabad, we call for
Well, there seems to be a bit of a problem there, but you got the gist of what Mr. Nair was saying. Majid Haidari, no one calls it an emotional outburst. Let the Supreme Court decide. How is that not free speech? When you want to go and say that to the family members of Umesh Kole, you want to go and tell that to the family members of Kanhaiya, Majid Haidari, it's just an outburst of emotion?
Meghna Sahiba, let's not dig the old wounds, because baat niklegi to dur chalak jayegi. Let's forget the past and let's look for a harmonious future. That is how Honorable Supreme Court has acted on the petition with regard to Maharashtra.
So we should forget about it. We should forget about how these people were brutally killed, how Kanhaiya was hacked inside his own shop, how his killers came out, made videos of Sar Tan Se Juda, and you know what happened in the video. I don't want to repeat everything that they have said in it. Majid Haider, you've seen it. I can't believe today you are saying, let's forget about Kanhaiya, let's forget about Kole, let's forget about the threats which have been given to others.
Madam, should I remind you of the observation of Honorable Supreme Court that that particular woman put the entire country on fire? So basically, instead of, if we have to discuss that, then we'll have to discuss that woman who put the entire country on fire. It's not me saying...
She was punished, rightly so, and the cases continue. The cases continue against her. She was punished by the party. What I'm asking you, should that kind of a crackdown be on the other side of the ideological divide too? I agree with you, action needs to be taken. Will you at least say Sar Tan Se Juda was indeed a hate chant? It's a bigoted hate chant.
Madam, firstly, she was never punished, she was never expelled from BJP, and she never apologized for what she had said. So these are the three basic facts of the case. And if we keep digging this, we'll have polarization all the time, and maybe BJP is wanting it for the election, be it in Karnataka or elsewhere. But we need to forget the past and look for harmonious future.
Forget about the past.
He's trying to dig this for BJP for the cause of election.
Forget about the past. Majid Haider says, don't dig up old wounds. Let's just forget what happened to Kole. Let's forget what happened to Kanhaiya.
Vishnu Jain's petition is politically motivated.
Are terror mongers. They are promoting terror. He does not have the audacity to conduct a terror. It is a terrorist act. Two people were shot. What did Nupur Sharma said? What Nupur Sharma said, no Muslims have said in the past. And that does not mean that he saw people dead. He is a terrorist. This person sitting here is a terror monger. These people did not do punish people. These are the people who are creating terror environment in the society. He should have the audacity, he should have the clarity to condemn that these crazy Muslims who are calling for terror should be punished, and they should be punished.
My dear brother, please don't silence me through shouting.
This fact is justified.
I'll give Majid Haider one more chance. I'll give Majid Haider, please come out, condemn hate speech from both sides of the ideological divide. That's not an irrational request which is being made. Here on national television, come out and say it. Hate speech, no matter who spews it, from which side of the ideological divide, it's unacceptable. Majid Haider.
Needs to be condemned in the... Definitely every hate speech needs to be condemned because we are supposed to be law-abiding citizens. Any hate
so you back and support the plea by Vishnu Jain?
I condemn everything. But with regard to retrospective effect to benefit BJP and for the cause of elections, as I can apparently see, this petition is politically motivated.
Well, perhaps you are saying that it is not legally correct because it's retrospective. Perhaps we'll... Next big story. Well, as hate...